Hey everyone, my name is Bridget Thompson. I'm the host of the Thriving in Plain Sight podcast and the Simpler Somatic Learning Space. I've been experimenting a lot with slowing down. And so today I want to share a much beloved and very old tale, one that you've probably heard before, one of Aesop's fables, the tale of the hare and the tortoise. The hare and the tortoise. A hare was making fun of the tortoise one day for being so slow. Do you ever get anywhere? He asked with a mocking laugh. Yes, replied the tortoise, and I get there sooner than you think. I'll run you a race and prove it. The hare was much amused at the idea of running a race with the tortoise. But for the fun of the thing, he agreed. So the fox, who had consented to act as judge, marked the distance and started the runners off. The hare was soon far out of sight. And to make the tortoise feel very deeply how ridiculous it was for him to try a race with a hare, he lay down beside the course to take a nap until the tortoise should catch up. The tortoise, meanwhile, kept going slowly but steadily, and after a time passed the place where the hare was sleeping. But the hare slept on very peacefully, and when at last he did wake up, the tortoise was near the goal. The hare now ran his swiftest, but he could not overtake the tortoise in time. The moral of the story: the race is not always to the swift. In some ways, I feel reading this story as an adult, I feel like the hare and the tortoise are different parts of who we are. The hare and the tortoise are different kinds of energy that we sometimes run into when we're living life. The tortoise, for me, as a person with a daily embodiment practice, the tortoise represents embodiment, the slow, gradual, steady, grounded pace, the pace of the body, a slower pace than the frantic, agitated, urgent pace of everyday life, of modern life, of external factors that act on us and kind of crack the whip for us to hurry up. That harried pace that we find ourselves wrapped up in because of the systems and institutions and agreements that we're involved in. So there are different parts of our own experience. When we decide to embody a quality, we naturally slow down in that process. There's a gradualness to becoming someone new. That transformational process is naturally gradual. We learn to embody that quality that we're becoming. We learn to get on the road to that place that we're heading to. We learn to become accustomed to that condition that we're creating. That's the energy of the tortoise. That's the somatic speed, the pace of the body. And yes, we do have to live in the real world. And there are planes and trains to catch, and there are meetings to attend that are at a particular time. And sometimes we do feel put upon and rushed and harried. But I really believe that when we take time to practice a slower pace, we can infuse more and more and more of our life experience, whether at home or at work or both, since those realms are blending now. We can bring more and more of that bodily pace, that somatic pace, that slower pace to our experiences with others and in the public realm. And we can infuse that powerful, intentional, slower energy into more and more of our interactions, more and more of our spaces, more and more of our presentations, of our creations, of the things we're in charge of. Little by little, moment by moment, we can do that. So think about that. And I invite you to tune in to my slow spaces, to the Thriving in Plain Sight podcast, and to my virtual learning space, Simpler. You can find out about both at bridgetthompson.com. And of course, I will include links in the note below this video. Thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed story time, and I hope that you'll just take an extra moment, an extra 2 seconds to take a breath, to slow the pace of this moment, to relax the muscles in your face, to drop your shoulders, to remember that you're a person, and to just slow down. Be well.